Hello everyone. This is a tale from one of my subscribers. I lean to the right. I still reside in California, where I was born. I visited MGTOW a number of years before I had even heard of the place. I was simply sick of dealing with the mess that women's betrayals had caused. As a result, I only attended MGTOW full-time. I came across your content, and it also assisted me in making a decision. I have noticed a number of things about women. In fact, I became aware of them immediately after visiting MGTOW. I noticed that both at work and outside, women were paying closer attention to me. Places where women would have previously bothered to engage with me. At first, it was completely mind-blowing. They occasionally even stutter when speaking to me. But the situation has changed. They must establish their deservingness of my attention. Also, most of the time, my poker face makes them think twice about what they are going to do. I can confirm that some nines have also gotten in touch with me recently. Despite having only dated 5 people previously, all of this has only served to highlight how foolish I was to choose to date unworthy women. I initially worried that my new way of life would cause me to face criticism, but so far it's been incredible, and even some women have agreed with me on this. I don't go out on the weekends either, and I use any free time I have to go to the gym, read a book, or do something else. Simply put, it's worthwhile. In comparison to my married friends and the times I had girlfriends, I feel incredibly free and have a lot more time. With girlfriends, you spend most of your time talking about or listening to them talk about how bad their lives are. Even a few men have told me that they wish they could live their lives this way instead of planning them around women. When I discuss MGTOW with them, they begin to concur with me as well, and a lot of them find it to be something that makes sense. When people started asking why I wasn't with a woman or why I was single, I simply stated that I was tired or uninterested, and that one day I would just choose to live this way. That's my tale then. It seems like a great example of a man who was able to move up in the world by ignoring women. If you started focusing on those women, especially the 9s and 10s, I bet they would quickly lose interest. Unfortunately, that is just how women are. In reality, women find it difficult to believe that some men would simply reject them. It doesn't really happen that way. They are shocked when it happens to them because a straight man never rejects a woman. It causes them to long for things they cannot have. The majority of these kinds of women also struggle with fathering issues. Perhaps because their father wasn't always there, they try too hard to look good. When a man disregards her, her early memories are brought back. They are more interested when she recalls how she was ignored. They are dying to know why that man isn't interested in her and is treating her in such a disrespectful manner. When a man ignores them in that way, women go through a whole crisis. If I'm not enough for this guy, maybe I'm not enough for other men, they reason. They will also put the blame for their insecurities on you and accuse you of being gay. Simply put, ignoring women causes brain damage. They'll want to impress you with their abilities. And it's like carrying around a mirror that reflects women's insecurities back to themselves when you're single, content, and doing well in your life. In fact, women make every effort to prevent men like these from spreading false information about female nature. Most women, for example, become upset and may even refer to those men as men who will bore women, when men act like monks and discuss the nature of women. They hold men accountable for not including women in their lives. They're kind of afraid of the harm a contented bachelor like you can do. You're decreasing their chances of finding a compatible partner. Regarding the women who support this man and tell him that his way of life is acceptable, they're actually validating him by doing this. Because he is currently so unapproachable, and a woman, especially a good-looking one, can't stand that, they want to plant the seeds of a relationship. She experiences a complete meltdown when a straight male rejects her. It causes her to question her absolute power. Her internal emotions remain constant. She is outwardly agreeing with you that on the inside, she is going bonkers because a man is ignoring her. They will typically demonize you as well, as I already mentioned. They will assume that you are hating women if you say that you aren't chasing women any longer, or that you are going to MGTOW. Women are actually attempting to isolate these types of men so that their message doesn't get out there and harm their reputations. Additionally, using the term MGTOW will demonetize you. There are many women working at YouTube. The CEO is a woman as well. If you have women running the show, you can probably guess what kind of rules will be put in place. There hasn't been much backlash because this subscriber isn't actively spreading his story. They believe he is a lonely man with no real means of expressing to other men what he feels or thinks. Do you know my opinion? MGTOW, in my opinion, has always existed. The distinction is that it now has its own philosophy, language, and acronyms, because everyone who supported it united and used the internet to spread the word. Women actually struggle with that part the most. Putting everything in one place and organizing the movement in the internet age, rumors and ideas spread quickly. Women are the ones who understand gossip's power to spread rumors and dominate conversations. They are aware that malicious rumors about them can make them look even worse in the eyes of society. This makes them less appealing, and it makes it harder for them to find white knights. In the past, a man could be coerced into marriage, but he would always be in charge of his family. In today's society, a man could be coerced into marriage, and his family could be taken away by the government. However, successful and intelligent men are gradually becoming aware of all the movements and laws that are against them. These are the men who put in the most effort and are high maintenance. They are wise enough to avoid ruining their lives for a woman, or they might be concentrating on making the top 20. Their careers in physical fitness could develop. The majority of women who have options have reasons to oppose MGTOW. These are the leading radicalizing feminist movements among women. I think it's wonderful that he can now spend more time reading and living his life. He has time to exercise, and everything he does advances his quality of life. While the couples are out there working overtime to buy a house and fighting over their lives, he is using his time in a more productive manner. While the married man is going through hell just to get laid once a week, he is out there expanding his vocabulary and building a six-pack. In actuality, modern society seeks to raise the cost of a single man in our society. Consequently, fewer people choose this option. For this reason, I advise all men to take on a side job in their spare time in order to enjoy life. If you can accomplish two goals at once, that would be ideal. I've observed that many people don't also save enough for their retirement, so pay particular attention to that. If you lower your expenses, you could even afford to purchase a home. This will increase your financial value as a man because you'll own prime real estate. The women will be present. I have this crazy dream of buying a ton of different homes, converting them into vintage rentals, and giving tours of them. But that's just me. Women will be showcasing the kitchens for me. Make ends meet, and don't forget to live your life to the fullest, because there's more to life than worrying about women, I suppose. Young men's lives appear to be centered around women, but heed the counsel of older men and avoid wasting your life on women. It is never worthwhile. You only become aware of how much there is to do in life as you get older and mature. And you didn't do any of it because you were only interested in the gym girl. To give your support, click the thumbs up button. Please leave a comment below if you would like to see more videos like this one. Be sure to give it to the guys who are in the most precarious need of it.